Hey guys, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? I'm hanging in. Oh, and we're getting serious today. Before I begin, and I'll tell you what the topic is, please press that like. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And share, because it's caring. And if you get anything from my work, a light bulb moment, an epiphany, a connect the dot, a new book to read, another topic to research, please consider supporting my work. Any day now. They can cut off my electric, my gas, my phone, and my internet. I need help. So supporting my work, no matter what, doing that helps. And it helps reach other people that could possibly help me. And it's not necessarily financial, it's also in a possible job. Anything. I live in New York. It's communistic here. It's a social experiment. And yeah, if you don't have that, you have no rights. And then planning to move is just a matter of getting the funds to move and sell my house. Yeah. So today's topic with the World of Warcraft is a reality based on a video game. Is this a simulation? Portals and StarGates. Now in World of Warcraft, I mentioned it in the first episode, you, from like level 1 to 10, you're going through your journey, you're learning how to play the game, you're learning the different dynamics, the combinations of your abilities. Yes, you have abilities. No matter what class you are and what you do, you're just learning the dynamics and your character. You're learning the terrain. You're gathering up quests and skill levels to get experience in order to level up. Now, once you reach to a certain level, I don't remember what level that might be, 20. Maybe. You do get an ability to go through portals. What? Yep. Portals. In the Burning Crusade, you go through the portal that takes you to the outer space lands. Yep. So you get to go through a portal to a whole nother realm. Could this be reality? Like, they have this technology. I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures. It took me a little bit to find some pictures, but I do urge all of you to watch The Journey to Truth, the Navy Whistleblower part, I want to say 3 or 4. I don't recall, but the latest one that was up, the whistleblower was talking about the portal in SG1, Stargate SG1. And that they, one of them, I have found the picture, is of a real Stargate. And it looks very, very familiar to the ones in World of Warcraft. I'll point that one out as well. Now, the portals in World of Warcraft have different shapes, sizes, and things. And also, an ability that the mage, so a mage does arcane magic, it has frost abilities, it has fire, and you could choose which element you want to play with or work with. But mages have portals, so they can open up a portal and can jump people through or themselves to another place. So if there is danger, if you're out in the real LARP world, and guys, I tried streaming the game, getting it for free just to show you, and I'm not having any success with that. I wish I could. I'm still going to attempt. That's what I been trying to do the last few weeks without paying for my account, because you have to pay, which is fine because I have a lot of server to fill. I already have a lot acquired in that game, and I haven't played in a few years. That I played for 14 years, mind you. That's how much of an introvert I am. But the portals open up and you can get yourself out of trouble, or people. Or if you're going to a raid that is way on another side, somewhere outside of the realm of thought, the mage could portal you in. There's also the Hearthstone that every player gets in their backpack full of goodies. And you can establish a home base. So it's at a tavern or an inn with a bed and a maiden that there's one in Stormwind named Allison. So I usually go port there, right near the auction house and the bank. And you could portal yourself home, and that whatever home you want, you could portal there. It's convenient, by the way. But usually mages have to, sorry guys, I have her tail in the camera. You have to train to be a portal, to use the portals as a mage, where normal characters can go through these portals at certain levels to get to certain places, and it unlocks, and I'll show you. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm taking forever to screen share. And I didn't put this in slideshow mode. It gets too annoying. So if you're looking at this portal, this isn't, I want to say Stormwind. Now, if you look at the designs, it looks like an ancient alien-esque technology. You got an eye up here. Here's the portal mage over here. That's the dude. And just look at a note and take into, if and again, if you play the game, you already know what all these look like and where all of them are. But for those of you who are new to the game and have never played World of Warcraft, this is in a mage hut, a spire. And usually you'll see 1001 characters come popping in and out of this in real time. I don't recall if that's in Shatterat or in goodness sakes, I'm forgetting all the names already. The upstairs castle in Lich King, Dalaran. Aha, see, it came to me. This might be in Dalaran. So this one doesn't have a structure that you go through the structure. This one is like what a mage would conjure up, and then you go through. Yeah. And it looks like I don't know where they're going. So and again, here's the mage working the spell to open up a portal. I also can't tell you where that is. That might be Horde. So they're opening up a portal right here. See, there's no structure there. And here's another example. So if you take a look at what the portal looks like, it has like, it looks like ether or plasma and a lot of lights. And then you get to see a glimpse of where you're going to be portal to. And it's like very watery, liquidy kind of feeling when you're looking at this. Yep. They actually made a toy figurine out of this. This is one of the many portals that you can traverse through. Now, the reason why I wanted to picture this is because in Iraq, and some other Middle Eastern countries, in the mountains itself are portals. And they have portals that zip in and out of reality, our reality. So they do have those. I'll get into that a little bit after I show some of the pictures here. So I think this is an artist rendition. The dark portal in this fan art. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, here we are again in Stormwind. So not all portals are equal in World of Warcraft. Some of them are created by mages. Some of them are just boops, you go through, and then you have the major ones where you actually portal to another level, another board, another city. So this takes you to different places. And again, I want you to really take an interest in the alien-esque, I would call this Draenei night elf language. I don't know if that, I don't want to get into the background of the Draenei. I mean, because that's extraterrestrials that landed and have their own little island in spaceships and crystals and all kinds of really fun shit. They're freaking awesome, but very much that language. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a minute. So you've seen some examples of these portals. They're very valuable in the game. And lower levels, you're not able to fly yet on your mounts. So you have different things you can traverse the lands beyond with. And those can come in a form of a dragon, a griffin, different types of dragons. There's a lot of dragons. Yes, they exist. I forgot what else. There's a lot. There's a lot. But when you're in your earliest stages, you're basically on a four-legged animal or something that floats, that, you know, you can make a flying carpet if you are a tailor. Engineers make their own mounts, but you can make your mounts. Or, oh boy, that's a cat fight. I don't know if you heard that. That was very loud. And it's not my cats. It's outside in the backyard kind of thing. Either way, they're mounts that you can traverse and ride around. They're slow. And when you fly, you can get to a lot of hidden places. You could get to hills. You can get to up above stuff that you can't otherwise do when you're a lower level. But if, as a lower level, if you have kind of finished your quest and you want experience in another place, you can go through these portals that will help you get to somewhere a little quicker instead of having to wait for a boat. Those are really annoying to wait for. And boat off on your journey and quest and wait for load screens when you could just fly. Portals are amazing in the game. A lot of mages are very useful in a lot of situations because they can portal you out when you're in the real world, traversing if there is danger or there is the opposite enemy. You know, you could be an alliance or a horde, you're opposite. Again, the dualities, playing their roles on the big stage called the simulation life, the LARP. And I hope many of you looked up Project Arthurtusis. I can't say it. But go back to my last episode that I talked about that. It's very interesting, to say the least. So going back to the interesting layers of why I want to bring forth these portals is because there's a lot of talk about them. There is a lot of people talking about the Stargates, the portals, why we were at perpetual war, why we really were in the Middle East. See, a lot of people feel like they've been deceived a little bit with the Iraqi war and with, especially after 9/11, because a lot of people sniffed that there was something off. Like a lot of things did not make sense. For example, if everything went up in smoke and in flames, how are you finding the passport of the dude that hijacked the plane on the floor? Out of everything that blew up and how do you find that on the floor? Or was it placed there? You tell me. Building 7. So it opened up a purpose to blame a bunch of people that didn't do it. Yeah, it's going to come out. So just, you know, if you don't need to believe me. Okay. There might be some people that are like, whoa, what's she talking about? That's okay. The truth will come up about that. So just be forewarned if you hear it. I told you so. And not in a mean and judgmental way. I'm telling you, like the truth will come out about that. What really happened in Iraq and Afghanistan and some of the other countries that are around there. Sorry guys, I have like cat hair all over the place. The Kandahar giant, Gilgamesh's tomb, and Stargates and portals, which almost every country has. And there's also jump rooms. Although I can't get pictures of that. Obviously, they're not going to have pictures of those things. But I'll show you some pictures at the end of my idea of what a jump room might look like. Now, why was our soldiers really there? To protect what was coming out of the Stargates. And with our galactic helpers, close them so that nothing bad can come out of them. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, I had a malfunction here. So here we have, I forgot what this place is called. But we have portals that now jump you to different spots, different capital cities. So one would be where the Draenei are, one is Stormwind, where the Alliance and the humans are, and another might be Yggdrasil, the Night Elf place, Darnassus. And then there would be one over here for Ironforge. So like where the dwarfs are. So they're all different portals that port you. I'm not saying that's exactly where they're going, but they'll take you to wherever you need to go, a capital city. Now, what happens if this existed in real life? And that the game was using real life portals and stargates and incorporated in their game. Now, whether this one is real or not, I don't know. It could be an image. But it sure as hell looks like this one. Minus, you know, the plasma energy and all the lit up stuff. But look, there is runes. Very hard to see, and I do apologize. Let me see if I can. No, that's too much. This is where it's activated. That's a soldier, by the way. But there are carvings out on each of these panel sections here. And it has to be activated. I mean, I'm sure you could just walk through it if you were to find this in nature somewhere. It's not active, but when it is active, I'm assuming something here, there must be a key, a DNA key, a plasma key, something that you use to activate the portal in itself. And it might jump you to the lands beyond. It might jump you to another plane of existence. We don't know. They don't tell the public much of what they are and do, but I tell you what, we have that technology to jump to different planets or planes. This is from Stargate SG1, a replica that was made. And again, look at the different, even if it's a replica, I'll show you the next picture. I think is very on it. It's very similar to the effect, where here you are, you're up on the threshold. And a lot of people who do meditations about jumping the portals, especially like today is a 666 portal, you know, the Lions Gate 888, there's a lot of meditations when you're deep inside and you go within yourself and they tell you to go, you know, picture a portal. This is what most people picture. Your portal might be different looking, but a lot of people do envision something very similar to this. And it's like water when you touch it and it ripples. And it's like, if you guys have ever watched the Nickelodeon show with Alex Mack, who dematerializes into like a silver liquid kind of thing. It's kind of like that. If you watch the show, a lot of this stuff it reverberates. It's very interesting. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So this image is from SG1, Stargate SG1, and it is the real Stargate portal that supposedly is in Mount Cheyenne Mountain in California. That supposedly is the real deal. The Navy whistleblower from Journey to Truth podcast. Go check it out. He talks about this, and they showed a picture and goes, oh, yep, that's the one. And these things right here, if you see where my cursor are, is anchors that hold the Stargate in place. These help activate the portal to open. And here is the bridge to take you there. Now, whether it goes to Mars or the moon, I don't know. I don't know if they could be pre-programmed to where you want to go and what planet it might be taking you to. I don't know. But that the claim here is that this one is real. Like, we have this exists. It's in Cheyenne Mountain. Another look at it is when this is closed off and not being in use. So again, you have your anchors right here that is holding this Stargate structure in its place. You have these lights on the side activating whatever it is that helps activate the portal. And this is from the television show, but I don't know how, who, what, where, when, why, that they were able to access this. Because it's the real shit. So I urge everybody to go and watch that series if you're somebody that watches television. I think it's very important that, again, there are shows like the X-Files. It's Dark Disclosure. They already told you the agenda that was going to happen that is now out, like playing out right now. Twice. They did one with the CRISPR information and with the agenda that was trying to take over America. Very easily to find online, but yes, they had disclosure. I mean, they have the cigarette guy, black goo, aliens, weird creatures, weird phenomenon with people having telekinesis and other really cool psionic abilities. So those things really do exist. It was soft disclosure to kind of like desensitize you. So when you see these things, you're not going to shoot first and ask questions later. That's another reason why they haven't shown themselves yet. It's because most humans react before they think. And yes, in certain situations, absolutely, you don't know what somebody's intentions are, especially if they don't look like you. They're alien and you don't know what their intentions are. So can you imagine why they're not showing themselves? Because there's a large populace that don't know about and refuse to even acknowledge this stuff. Stargate SG1 documentary. Real. And again, all infused in fiction. It's infused in fiction. In the satanic world, they have to tell you what they're going to do, and they have to tell you the truth. It's just through fiction that they tell it to you. So the point of a lot of what I do out of my reading all the books that I do is plucking the truth, my truth that I perceive as true, and spread it to you. You might not see it true. You might be like, what the hell is she talking about? But I'm putting all the components together, and I'm seeing a lot of interlacing with a lot of topics, and a lot of things are coming together from all different avenues of books that don't interlace at all. Different genres, different people, different years, different everything. And it's all coming together. So I can't be that crazy. The same thing with video games. We are in a simulation. We're in a holograph simulation. Everything is very layered. Planes of existence, sub-octaves, sub-octaves, and octaves, and reverberations all exist within this paradigm, and it's all holographic and simulated. You don't need to believe that, but a lot of people are coming out about it now. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are not afraid anymore to state that because too many people are now talking about it. Between the spiritual community, the UFO community, and people that are researching this stuff, that are skeptics, they're coming all to the same conclusions. World of Warcraft picked up or is in the know and has been in the know about these portals. Because otherwise, how is it presented in the game? So much. And again, so accurate. I mean, again, take a snapshot of this to that, to that, to that. Isn't that mind-blowing? That's mind-blowing. Look, green, blue. So again, here is the entrance to Cheyenne Mountain. That's where this portal somewhere in there resides. Somewhere. This is I want to say, I don't know if this is off a video game, but again, we get the same circle-like structure, same look, same type of feel. This seems more futuristic. But again, it's showing up in more than one place. It's showing up in more than one video game. There's plenty of video games that have portals in them. But I feel that the World of Warcraft, because the mage, the character of the mage, sits there and conjures up her arcane magic, and then boom. I mean, I've been told I can open portals. I have one in my closet. Now, can I see it physically with my eyes? No. Can a lot of people sense it? I have 5 people already sense the shit in my closet, so it has to be real. I see things sometimes. People see things behind me. It's dead spirit. But that's what comes out of my portal. It's a void that connects to my other self in another universe. So it's like, but there are people that can open these portals without even knowing that they're doing it. And it might be not in our 3D plane of view, but it could be on the 4th dimension. It could be a 5th dimensional. It could be a 6th dimensional, because some of us are already 6th dimensional essences. So who knows? And we can also do it in our astral bodies. So that's why I liked the idea that in World of Warcraft, the mage has the portal ability, because maybe they're onto something there. Maybe there might be special people out in the, our future selves, our galactic selves, that will be able to be the person that opens up a portal. Just works some psionic magic and works with the magnetism and the ether and the air. And then all of a sudden, some crazy plasmic liquid happens, and then you can jump through and get to your destination. Wouldn't that be amazing? I wouldn't have to use gas in a car to get to where I need to go. I can just, oh, here's a portal point. oh, here's an event I want to go to. Well, I can't go inside somebody's bathroom and then impede on somebody's privacy, but I can go outside the venue. And I'm there. I material and dematerialize. I'm onto that. I want that technology. I think all of you do too. We don't need cars. We don't even need to be the Jetsons. We just open up a portal or we find a person that can do that and get us to where we need to go. What? Hell yeah. And don't tell me you don't want that ability. I want that. So the World of Warcraft is onto something. There's like a hub, like Cheyenne Mountain, but it has multiple portals to multiple specific spots, capitals in a city that you can land in. And then you can go on your quest and go do what you got to do. And then when you want to go home or back to where you were, you jump through the portal and you're back to where you were. Like that. Well, in a load screen, but in reality. And how long ago did World of Warcraft come out? A long time ago. So either the game makers and Blizzard knew about this technology and threw it in the game to give us hints that this is something that does exist or is in our near future. And I'll show you why that could be in our near future. So this is a rendering here, but this is an actual picture in the Middle East somewhere of a small ancient looking portal. Now, did our ancestors jump through portals? Oh no, no. I hate this wand. Like, obviously, again, there's something here. And it looks like the wood is anchoring it to whatever, and that you could just jump through and be in another paradigm like that. Again, here in its glory, what it might have looked like with an ancient structure behind it. I thought this was interesting. Maybe some of these are arcs. And maybe some of the arcs were portals. It's just something to really think about and take home to. Again, here's an arc. Here's something up here. It looks like like a bowl, maybe. Sorry, guys, I can't with this crap. Maybe a bull or a cow. And then look at this weird cut, crisp stone. And this one too was very crisp cut. Now, ancient civilizations, unless they had alien technology, okay, there is absolutely no way an artist could chisel something exact out of stone like that without tools. Because look at the other stones. They're worn down. Why is that perfect? Was it rebuilt? Who knows? But this too could have been a portal. We don't know. But it's something very interesting to look at and to think about. This is in Dalaran. This is like a city up in the clouds. And this brings you to different portals. This looks like it's the Horde, so it'd probably be Horde cities. And then the other side would be where the Alliance goes for their cities. And then you could jump through and go where you need to go in one building. So again, in like Cheyenne Mountain, you have that one portal that can go either to Mars or the moon, or it could do both, depending on the key and what it's frequenting. But it's just something really interesting to take note on. So again, we have the good guy right here, and then a bunch of bad guys. No, are they good guys? No, they're good guys. Oh, they're the trainers here. But again, you can go through these portals and you can see like the land that it's the land beyond the portal. Now, also in World of Warcraft, I was talking about the Hearthstone that shows up in the backpacks. This is what it looks like. So you click on the button and you sit there, your character does this, and all of a sudden you get a little noise, woo, 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 and then you're back to where you were. My kitty's hitting me with her tail. Now I'm going to mind blowing you even more. Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek. Could World of Warcraft possibly have gotten the portal idea from here? We can only imagine. But look at this organic portal. Star Trek is based off of truth that Gene Roddenberry got through the Council of Nine. Now, you don't need to necessarily believe that, but if you start looking at all the different shows and you look at all the movies and you start looking at the different paradigms, they're all showing very similar things. They're showing portals, they're showing some sort of technology to zip you to one place to another. And again, this is projecting something. What is it projecting? We can only imagine. But then we get introduced to Beam Me Up Scotty. Hi, Scotty, how are you? Can you beam me up, Star Family? I want to go home. Here's another way where you might be able to teleport. This isn't a portal, but this is teleportation. This sends, and this materializes and dematerializes matter. So it transfers your essence and your matter together, and it composes itself back up. Now, again, this is a set. But what happens if they really have this? Now, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. It is rumored that there is a place in New Jersey and in an offshoot of LAX in California to have something very much like that. It looks like an elevator. You step in, the density changes, something happens, and then when you walk out of the elevator, you're either on Mars, the moon, or possibly Jupiter. Jump rooms. There might be also one on Air Force One. After the assassination of JFK, Mr. Johnson and Miss Onassis was on a flight on Air Force One. And in the very back of a certain picture, you see a certain entity that isn't worldly. It's very outworldly, and it's very reptilian looking, which is very disturbing. And not a good reptilian, by the way. Go look that picture up. It's around. For trying to keep this up, I'm not going to put it up. But yes, there is a lot of technology that has been foreshadowed in a lot of different places. And this is why I think it's very relevant to share this with people that do play video games. Again, World of Warcraft is the one game that I played that I know enough about. Yeah, I'm going to forget names of places and they'll come to me. But it simulates a reality that we are in a LARP. We're live action role players. We're going on a life quest with it, which is you grow up, you go to school, you learn different things about life and components about life. It's a school. Earth is a school. And you're doing the same thing each year. You have different benchmarks you're making. As you know, when you're a little kid, you go to school. Your teachers have benchmarks that you either make or not. Like, can your pre-K kid tie their shoes? Can they go independently to the bathroom? Those are benchmarks. Is your kid writing? Print. Can your kid write script? And each benchmark is each level of obtainment that you hit. Some people hit it on an earlier stage and some people hit it on a not early stage. And that's fine, we're all individual. But again, we have these benchmarks and we go through life and we hit benchmarks and we hit things. You know, when you're 21, you can buy cigarettes and a lottery ticket and go drinking. Like, woohoo. But again, these are the societal benchmarks that have been placed on us and indoctrinated us with. These games, could they be benchmarking what is to come in our future by exposing us to it so we're desensitized? I mean, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, we got the zombie apocalypse shows. We got Game of Thrones with the dragons. And I mean, again, World of Warcraft is combining all of it together. Each level and board and each place that you go to in Portal have different elements of everything combined. There is an ice wall, by the way, in World of Warcraft. The Lich King. Very Odin-esque, very Scandinavian. We got the fairy realms where they're like not really unicorns, but like mystical creatures are. There's a lot of things that World of Warcraft is showing us throughout the leveling up of your character. And the portal thing is definitely something that is all over the damn game that everybody just takes for granted. You know, when you're playing the game for so long, you're like, oh yeah, portal, whatever. But if you could imagine if it's a real, based off of truth, based off reality, that it does exist in our paradigm, hell, why haven't they been giving this technology to us? It's free. Why are you driving a car if there's portals? Or why do you have to go in an airplane? Maybe you can go in a portal with your suitcase and everything else with it and your family. Why can't you end up in a room like this, stand in here with your family and say, hey, I want to go to Iceland. And this beams me back and up and wherever materializes me to the port in Iceland. I book my flight. I book my teleportation. Hey, I want to be in Iceland at, 5 p.m. Icelandic time. I don't know what their time zones are up there. And I want to go to Reykjavik. Boop, 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 done. And then you appear. And then when you want to go home, you go to the same spot. Hey, I want to go back to the United States. Boop, 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 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Drop me off at the teleport location. Boop, done. Here we back again. Quick vacation, beautiful. And I got to see Iceland. Why can't this be reality? Someone explain this. We don't need all the crap that is harming Mother Earth. We can use this technology. Star Trek is our future, by the way, and I absolutely believe it. Dr. Michael Salla talks about it. I know a lot of people are iffy with a lot of the stuff that he brings out. But again, there's a lot of different people coming out that aren't associated with certain others. You know, everybody's grouped in and labeled into certain groups, right? And a lot of them are talking about similar things. So the game of World of Warcraft has nothing to do with the UFO community, has nothing to do with the exopolitics, but yet it has portals and it's showing you could fly, you could go to all these different realms and planes of existence and have your next simulation happen for you. You can level up, you get new gear, you get a new experience, you get a whole new world each level that you go through, or the next 10 levels. So you go through 10 levels and then another place opens up for you. Why are we still on this car? I'm going to attempt to get to Fort Wayne, Indiana in July. Don't know how I'm going to do that when I can't pay my bills, but I am going to put it forth. I don't care because I want to move in that area. I could have teleported myself there if they stopped hindering us from moving forward, because this technology, I believe, is out. Why do I say that? Oh, there was an article. This is a, I don't know if it's a CGI looking image, but this happens to be something in Russia. In Russia. Russia. And this is by John Dean, and this is from, I think, the oh no. It might have it on the next one. But this was dated in 2016. The Russian government has launched a multi-trillion-dollar program to develop Star Trek style teleportation within 20 years. A team of scientists on behalf of Vladimir Putin want to have the technology in place by 2035. The Kremlin-backed project needs an initial investment of 10 billion rubles. The interagency group, dubbed the National Technology Initiative, will base their invention on a quantum communications infrastructure, reports the Kommersant. I don't know if I said that right. Alexander Galinsky, a Russian technology investor, said it sounds fantastical today, but there have been successful experiments at Stanford at the molecular level. Much of the tech we have today was drawn from science fiction films 20 years ago. The 2.1 trillion roadmap for developing Russia's cybernetics market includes developing a Russian computer programming language, secure cybernetic communications, quantum computing, and communication between computers and human brains. Earlier this year, researchers in Germany claimed to have discovered a way to transport information from one place to another using teleportation. Dr. Alexander Semet and Dr. Marco Argalati, I definitely butchered that, sorry, claim to have devised a way to transmit information from one location to another instantly using a special form of laser beam. So that article was from the Mirror from the UK. You don't have to like the man. You can think he's a clone, and I do. But they're not so secretive about what's actually in technological ways. And the fact that that was written in 2016, mind you, quantum entanglement is proven that you can do it. The issue comes into DNA, the DNA activation within you, the levels of awareness and vibration that you have within you, your density level. There's a lot that plays into all of that determines if you're able and capable to be portaled. Not all portals support certain genetic lines. Not all portals support certain people and their mechanisms. But let's just say, teleport me damn out of here, Scotty. I'm done with the ignorance of people these days. The problem is a lot of people, you know, think of tinfoil hat theories and stuff. Well, no, they're not tinfoil hat anymore. If you actually did the research and the multi-tiered research, it's not just reading an article from your favorite newspaper, because that's going to give you a biased point of view. You should read the opposite opinion of what's going on, and then an independent source, and then see if you can find anything else. You're never going to get the real truth if you look in one place. You need to look in different places. And again, here I am showing you with through the World of Warcraft that there is multi-layered and tiered places that have these portals, these transportation places that exist. Whether you want to believe, sorry, SG1 is that the one I showed you was fake, you can. A whistleblower said that is a real picture. Do I believe him? I actually do. You don't need to. But again, there's ancient ruins. I showed you pictures that these things existed. It's not out of the realm of possibility anymore, especially with the technology that we have today. And Star Trek, Star Wars, were foretelling our future. It's just done through fiction. X-Files, Ancient Aliens on the Travel Channel. They're telling you. It might be in a mocking kind of way. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Wormhole. Those are real. Wormholes are real. And the Enterprise, which might be a Palladian mothership upstairs. That looks very similar to that. That's the future we're heading into, guys. So it all comes back to the World of Warcraft. It all comes back to the idea that you could take a shortcut to get to a place. And that place might not be on planet. It might be on a different planet, a different plane of existence, a different density of existence. That if you match up your whatever it is that gets you through that portal, you can go and you can teleport there. You know, even though this is a game, I'm sure in the ancient times of Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, Tartaria, there could have been these portals. And what happens if the portal was activated and the Kandahar giant was in Iraq and Afghanistan? And they're not telling us the real reason why we were at war in Iraq. Or that they were trying to dig up ancient relics out of the museum that they tried to destroy so that the knowledge would be lost to humanity. What happens if this is a real picture of a real soldier in front of a portal? In who knows what country? Could be Asia, could be Scandinavia. If that's real, that's amazing. We have that technology. You know, they have to tell you. They have to tell you. And if this is really the real deal SmackDown, then our governments, just is not just in the United States, this is everywhere, guys, have really held back technology that could have advanced us a lot further. And maybe we are not spiritually able to go those places yet, but there are plenty of people on that level that can. And why haven't we found out, at least know where our tax dollars are really going? Because our tax dollars are going to these projects that they don't tell you about. I mean, again, ancient. And they might come in different shapes and sizes. But I mean, could you imagine, instead of going to Newark Airport or LaGuardia Airport or O'Hare Airport, you can go to a place in your neighborhood or in your town, and you could choose your destination, or you have a person that can portal you to wherever it is that you need to get to. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and this technology exists, in my opinion. And we need to know, and we need those answers soon, because we're fighting a perpetual war with Mother Earth and harming her, when this technology is probably something that wouldn't harm her and that would help all of us. Life isn't what it seems to be, and we're headed into a galactic future, whether you like it or not. The games, the video games, we're all in a simulation, and there is ways to get out of it. They're hiding it from us because they need us enslaved. But we need to start standing up in our sovereignty and put an end to it, because we're much more advanced. We can critically think, and we're raising our vibration high enough as a society that we can overcome a lot more if we all put our minds together. But unfortunately, it's all about, again, the care word. Do you really care? Can you empathize with others? And a lot of people don't know how to do that. An empath knows how to empathize with another person because they are technically absorbing their energy. you know, the problem is my best friend passed away from cancer a while ago now. When I first got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, I couldn't hold a pen in my hand. I couldn't get up. I couldn't walk. And whatever I could do, I was in unbearable pain until they figured out a combination of things to try to help me. And I tried going holistic for a long time. It didn't work. I had to go on medication. And then it finally worked. And then I weaned myself off of it. And here I am. But it's been 17, 18, 19, 20 years. And he said to me, I feel very sorry for you, because a lot of people cannot empathize with the pain that you're in, because they have to be in the pain in order to experience it, to understand what you're going through. And the same thing with my struggles right now. Unless you have everything stripped away from you and you don't know how to pay your bills. And yes, everybody gets, you know, the rock bottom. I've been here before. This is nothing new to me. This is the second time this has happened to me. But at the first point, I had family and I had friends who were able to help me. I had one of my exes help me get a job that would hire me, by the way. I had my mother to help me financially until I can get back on my feet. This time I'm utterly alone. And until you can strip yourself, and again, when people tell you, well, if someone has it worse than you, you're negating that person's feelings. You're taking away the valid feelings that someone's having in any circumstances. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be mine. Stop negating other people's feelings and acknowledge, because that's what really the care is about, is caring enough to put action into doing something to help somebody else. It doesn't need to be me. It's society at large that needs to start focusing on doing that. If we don't like the homeless problem that's going on in our cities, or the mentally ill issue that's going on in our cities, well, what are you doing to put an end to that? If you don't like that gas is so damn high, what are you doing? Are you writing emails to your legislatures? Are you standing up and doing something about it? Because a lot of people are just going and doing and living out their lives. They're not taking action. And no, your one person's action might not get anywhere, but it's the energy and intention that you put into it that will go somewhere. Maybe more people need to wake up and start emailing. I've been emailing my constituents here. They don't give a shit about my situation. They don't care, but at least I know I put my action forward. I know that I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to speak out for other people like me that are stuck in tyranny, unconstitutionality, breaching the Nuremberg Code. You know, you can have my body, my choice in one direction, but not the other. Well, what happens if that would have caused me to die? And I can't put that in my body. So that should be my choice. It shouldn't be a forced, you must do this and then you lose your life in other ways. So my body, my choice only works in one direction, right? No, it shouldn't do that. So this is what I'm talking about. I've reached out to lawyers. I've reached out to community members. I've been very vocal about it on my social media with being respectful to other people's opinions and feelings. But I put enough of my effort and care into what I do, because more people need to start acting up. And it doesn't mean that you need to get on a soapbox and use a microphone and megaphone to make your point across. It's about writing emails. You have to stand up for what you want in your world. You got to put the intention into it to do it. You have to put the action into doing it, the motion into doing it. You don't even have to agree with me or be on my side. But it's the action of doing it and caring enough about it that matters. You know, a lot of the movements are like, you know, we don't want anybody being left behind. We're going to take care of our own. But then when it comes time to somebody reaching out for help, one person helps while everybody's hoarding crypto, gold, and silver. And in the meantime, people are suffering. And if you're going to get that back humanitarily, aren't you doing humanitarian work by doing it now and not when it's given? Gosh, with these flies, I can't. So this is where I'm going with this whole entire, like, we need to come together as a society, and we need to start making actions and putting them into motion about whatever it is that you care about. So if you care about the arts, if you care about music, if you care about the homeless people, if you care about the food and the quality of the food, everybody's going to be into something different, but there is a collective of people that are thinking the same way you are. Put the motion in the action. Start caring a little bit more. That's how things are going to change. Nothing's going to change if you keep going idly by, watching everybody and not making an action and doing something. Well, I'm nobody. I'm nobody either. But I'm everything and nothing at the same time. I'm my past, present, and future. I am that I am. And I'm going to do what I can in order to make a change. But sometimes you need more than one person to put that action into motion. So I really hope that people start really making a conscious effort to, if you have it in your means, do something positive for another person. We need the energies higher, and we need everybody to start reverberating on a higher end scale to get this stuff moving along a little quicker. Because if you're sitting idly by, going to work every day, you know, and listening to other people suffer, you're not helping anything. And we need to start coming together as communities of like-minded people. And again, you don't have to agree on every topic, and you don't need to, whatever it is within your heart that you're resonating with, you need to put it into motion. You know how many emails I have put out? Do you know how many rejections I keep getting? Over and over and over. I'm sorry. No, we can't accommodate you. Sorry, you don't apply. Sorry, you need your papers. Sorry, 7 months worth. But I'm not giving up. But I'm writing my constituents and showing the proof. Are you a part of the communism or in the tyranny? Do you know what the bigger picture looks like? Are you looking at the eagle eye looking down? Or are you the vulture looking down? In order to get to the Star Trek world, we need to spiritually be awakened. We need to be vibrating high, and we need to be able to go through these portals and machines with the best intention. If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to go through. And that's just all collectively what everybody's been talking about when they're talking on the subject. People who have been through these portals, people that have experienced seeing these things in real life. We need to do this together. Can't just be me. It's Jason Q's favorite word, favorite phrase. It's we, not me. And I'm going to stick by that because it works. And it's important that we all start harboring and like infusing that within our souls. It's about the we, not the me. And yes, you do need to take care of yourself, and no one's saying you shouldn't. but it's the little things that add up to the bigger things that make a bigger hell of a difference. And a lot of people are lacking that right now. So we want to get to the Star Trek future. We want to just be able, instead of going on an airplane and getting delays, and we can just book the teleport room for 5 minutes, zip, we're out of there, and zip, we come back. Why can't we have that? What? And this exists. This is technology that exists on our planet right now. And only the very high get to use it. We need to put an end to that, don't we now? So guys, is our reality based off a game? I would say it's looking more and more like it is. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed. Again, please consider helping me and supporting my work. A like, a share, and a subscribe if you haven't done so. I hope all of you have an amazing night. I want to I care about everybody, and I care about humanity and what's going on with what's been going on today, especially. It really hurts that so many people are so brainwashed and indoctrinated, that they're not doing the research, they're not doing the work, they don't know what the Constitution says, they're not reading the Articles of Confederation, they're not reading the documents that started America. Do your research and look at more than one place for that research. You can give me whatever you want from your biased side. I'm going to show you the biased side, my side, and the truth, and maybe an independent source, and maybe another source and a textbook in this source. I showed you a video game. I showed you a television show. I showed you a television show that possibly had something that's real from it, and an article. And then the week before, or the last time I did the World of Warcraft episode, I talked about government documentation, US government documentation about a program that they ran, a simulation, and also about the LARP. Do your research. And those that know what I'm talking about, you're like, no, I get it, girl, I get it. I'm trying, guys. We need to do better as a humanity. And we really need to start thinking beyond ourselves and our families and the community, and really start helping one another out. It's devastating to see people in my situation, and it's prayers only go so far. It's when you put the action into the prayer that it starts working. Prayers help with energy, but sometimes they don't manifest. Sometimes it manifests 10, 15 years down the road, when that person needed it in that time. And if you had it in the means to help them, instead of sending your prayers, you could have actually made a motion to do something. And now we're being asked to do something. And we need to do better as a collective humanity. And again, it's taking care of the people within your surroundings. within your own country. And then eventually starting to humanity. A lot of people thinking outside of the box and outside of the purview when they're not looking right in front of them. It starts at home and it starts within your community. And that could be online and that could be where you live. We need to do better. Sending each and every one of love and light. Please be safe. If you're in a major city, stay in. And I hope that everybody comes out of this on the other side and we get to see the StarTrek future. And I will be the first one with my, who knows what kind of phone I'll have at that time, taking pictures of me teleporting out of here. Have a great night, guys. Bye.